Hi, this is Chris Blantz from Help for Dyslexia. This is video number 3 in the series Tips and Tricks for Dyslexia. Video number 1 was looking at the importance of knowing the shapes of the letters. Video 2 was talking about the alphabetical order and the names of the letters. And in this video, we're going to look at the importance of distinguishing between consonants and vowels. And also I'm introducing you to the alphabet arc. So if we start with the letters all heaped up in the middle, and then the next thing is to turn the letters round so that they actually look like what they're supposed to be, paying attention to the line that's been placed at the bottom of each letter, like I showed you in video 1. So here we've got all the letters looking the way they should be, all correctly orientated, with the line placed at the bottom. The next thing is we're going to put them in what's called the alphabet arc. So, using the method that I showed you in video 2 about learning the alphabet with a kind of a rhythm to it, put the letters out in the alphabetical order according to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. When they're all out in an arc like that, you've now got a nice clear space to do things with, making words, etc. The first thing I'm going to do is we're going to pull out the vowels. A, E, I, O, and U. And then, of course, we could put the letter Y out just to one side, just to remind you that the letter Y is also a vowel when it's at the end of a word. It's not one of the true vowels, though. So how do you remember the order of these vowels? Well, I've got a neat little way. It's a bit daft, but it does work, and it's based on a little story. So picture the scene. You have a friend called Amy, and on one occasion you had to borrow some money from her. Just a small amount, maybe like £5 or $5, wherever you are in the world. And time elapses, and you suddenly realise, I haven't paid her this money. One day she's walking past you, and it suddenly jogs your memory, and you say, Amy, I owe you, and then £5. Take that little sentence, Amy, I owe you, and remove the M from Amy, and you've got A-E, and then I owe you. A-E, I owe you. Seems to work on a few occasions, helps to embed it in the memory. So there are the vowels, and the remaining letters in the arc are, of course, the consonants. Now, what's the difference between consonants and vowels? I mean, not very many people know this, and it's not really talked about very much. But I've got a system whereby I've got a couple of little cards here that I can put down here to sort of show you the difference between them. Consonants are made with the sounds are coming in the throat, obviously. They're made in the throat, and then they come up through the mouth. And then when they come through the mouth, you're actually restricting the amount of sound coming from your mouth, either by using your lips or your tongue. So consonants are kind of described as explosive sounds. So they're said with with part of your mouth kind of closed. So notice in the word consonants, I've emphasized the letter C and coloured it yellow, and that C represents closed. So that's to tell you that consonants are kind of closed sounds in the mouth by restricting the sounds. Vowels, on the other hand, I've highlighted the O in vowels because that's to tell you that vowels obviously again come from the vocal cords, but then they come up through to the mouth, and then nothing is stopped in the mouth. They are open sounds. And the only way in which you change the sound of a vowel is by changing the shape of your mouth around that sound. So consonants kind of closed within the mouth by restrictions, and vowels are open, coming straight out from the back of your throat. Useful to know that, I think, because these words are kind of almost meaningless to many people. They don't really know what they're for and why they're there. So there's the arrangement, the alphabet arc, pulling out the vowels, getting to know what the vowels are and the remaining consonants. And I think that in itself is an exercise that can be timed from the starting point, where the letters are in a heap in the middle of the table. You start the clock, you then get them to turn the letters round so that they're put in the right order, they're looking correct, and then with the alphabet sounds in your mind, with the little song or the little jingle, to put the letters round in the alphabet arc like that, and then pull out the vowels and then stop the clock. That in itself is a little very, very useful exercise. And if you do that over and over again for a while, they get quicker and quicker at doing this. And it's a good starting point for what I'm going to show you next.